Good afternoon to those who listen. It's now 3:02 p.m., December 11th, 2024. Again, here's another story that's all plastered over the news. Daniel Penny and found not guilty of unaliving the Neely. There's all kinds of different stories on this, on the regular news. YouTube is all over it too. It's getting insane, Again, I'll only state my opinions. Everybody can have their own opinions on what they feel about this case. But what I feel is, this guy had 42 arrests beforehand. He's known as being violent, known being on drugs, known threatening people's lives. And the day that he went on the subway, he ripped off his coat or his clothes or coat, I think it was his coat, and then said he's willing to die and he's gonna unalive somebody on the subway. So that's when that Penny guy subdued him. Now, also, I heard he was on lethal doses of, I thought it was Fent, but I'm not sure if it was that. But, he also had that, but then, of course, they don't put that in there. Now, the thing that really gets me upset is, and I'll have to go through this a little bit. Hold on, let me get to the right spot.
But it looks like you're leaving out a giant gap of information about how we can...
That sounds like genuine.
If you missed your son...
Oh, this is messing
out
up.
in a long
time ago.
Of course. No? I mean...
I hate that when my YouTube doesn't work right.
For a big lawsuit...
Hold on.
Of course. Sure.
All right, finally got to pause. Jeez. So the father shows up, right at the time to sue. But, where was he, all, these years that he was, doing all these violent crimes? Nowhere to be seen. Here's the part that kind of makes me upset. It should make everybody really upset, if you think about it. So now the BLM leader, one of the BLM leaders, comes out and incites violence. It's a plain and simple. He's inciting violence. He's telling people to commit violence now. And then there's people in the BLM group that are saying that Penny needs to be lynched. That's not inciting violence. January 6th was all about, they're inciting violence. And all those people went to jail for inciting violence. But then if anybody on the Democratic side, incites violence, it's just peaceful protesting.
Embarrassing to see so-called black leaders attacking the acquittal of Daniel Penny. Jordan Neely wasn't being... So here's what he said. Listen to what he says.
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us.
He says we need some black vigilantes. People want to jump up and kill us and jump. That's not what happened.
A black guy helped. You got
a
one.
Black guy helped.
Black guy that helped subdue the crazy person.
There was a
that
black.
Was a threat.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it a vigilante.
So this guy talking to just go attack people randomly, because that's what it sounds
That's
like.
the BLM
Yeah.
guy.
That's the BLM guy saying we need to go attack people randomly. Because that's what he's saying, right?
We need some black vigilantes.
That's right.
People want to jump up and choke us and kill us for being loud.
He wasn't being loud.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
He was threatening people.
Nobody choked him and killed him because he was being loud. As Chandler Crump points out, Jordan Neely wasn't being loud. He was a violent criminal that needed to be stopped before he hurt more people. That's what was happening.
Why is he more emotional than the father?
What,
Yeah.
He's the real father.
what is going on? This is the craziest thing I've.
It is
this
crazy.
George Soros funded
It
this.
is.
George Soros funded BLM from
Yeah,
the start.
it's continued
All
to
that
incite
bullshit.
violence
Of
between
So this
people.
guy's
Yeah.
going to go out and incite division and violence
Yes,
and riots.
that's what the money is for. The money from George
Yep.
Soros is to do that, so that we can have a constant crisis. We're either going to
Right.
give up on the plan. They're not.
Which is
They're not giving up on
also, you know, civil WAR. That's what they want. They want everybody divided. They want people to be, you know, attacking other people because certain things happened. Now, to me, this is like it's easy to figure out what was going on here. And it's easy to see that there was no racism involved whatsoever. It was just, you know, even from Daniel Penny's testimony himself, he said he didn't see him as a black man. He saw him as a man. And any man that's threatening to hurt or kill people, you know, he subdued him. He stopped him from doing it. He said he was going to unalive somebody on that subway. What is he supposed to do? Oh, okay, sorry. I'm white, so I can't interfere here. Go ahead and kill whoever you want. No, he stood up as a human being and stopped this guy. You know, I don't know, you know, how far, you know, was too far before he, you know, but he said in his testimony that he lessened the pressure. He applied the pressure according to what he was, you know, resisting. So the less he resisted, the less, you know, of his pressure. So there was, it's just insane. I don't know. But again, you know, it's up for people to decide, you know, what side it is. But, you know, I don't see any racism involved. I don't think he purposely unalived this guy just to cause, you know, you got to think about it too. You know, when he was doing this, you know, if he had to think in his head, oh, if I unalive this guy, everyone's going to be against me. I'm going to be going to court. No, who's going to want to go through all that? I don't think he expected him to die. It could have been, you know, a lot of factors. You know, they in the coroner's report, they surely didn't mention all the lethal doses of drugs he had in his system. But, you know, this guy has been arrested 42 times. The main problem here is they put him in jail and then they release him back out on the streets where he can just continue to commit crimes. They need to go to jail and then release him to a mental hospital. Where is the funding, the money? Where is the money for funding more mental institutions so people that are violent criminals don't just walk the streets anymore? There's where the problem is. And maybe the president-elect coming in will allocate more funds for this so there's not all these crazy people walking the streets waiting, you know, for something to happen and another person to get hurt or killed. It's ridiculous. That's just my opinion. All right, on to the next story. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless.